So I'll start here, and it's kind of funny because we were just laughing about, this is a really wide angle lens, by the way.
I see that. That's pretty great.
That's actually pretty great. So I'm hanging out where all the shirts are. I was like, this is the whole stash where they do all the stuff. And but this is after we did Tradecraft Tuesday. So if you haven't watched it, the link will be below for that. And it was the how to think like a attacker. And this started well a while ago. We the idea before I flew here. But it was fun doing the behind the scenes because we worked on this yesterday. We went through the attack scenarios and
probably what, a better half of a day, 8 hours or so.
Makes you feel young again. Both of us have the background like in hacking and poking away at things, and there just wasn't a joke cola over the table like it was not.
Yeah, no Red Bull got broke out. It's pretty lame on the drinking side.
Yeah, it was really
lots of bottles of water.
It was really just shared documents going back and forth and research and walking you through the process. But watch that video to kind of get an overview, and of course at the end of it there's also some remediation ideas and ways you can help protect yourself against it. But it's been kind of fun hanging out here because the other thing we did was I got to see behind the scenes. We dove into specifically my client file, my clients, and watched how they do the threat ops, and that was really cool. They built a hell of a product. I have a video where I talked about the product and stuff, but seeing real action, watching John, and he's the head of threat ops, and go, how does he decipher something? How do you know if it's a threat or not a threat? It was definitely kind of cool.
It's that behind the curtains moment where it's like, I don't know what the magic is, but when you get to look behind it, you actually get to see like what the chef's making in in the kitchen. So I thought it was pretty darn cool.
And it's not magic. That's the best part. I hate companies that just kind of obscure what they're doing. There's no obfuscation or this is how the product works. We do this, we clear out the noise with some automation tools, we create global lists of this run, this QB updater EXE. Guess what? It's not a threat. How do we know it's not a threat? Well, these are the methodologies because guess how many people are running QB updater, which the stats are kind of cool too because they know that kind of information.
Yeah, I think it's one thing when you get to see, hey, this is what my own company looks like, right? But it's a whole different thing when you get to see statistics at a global scale. What do attacks look like? You can even see when some hackers go on vacation or start updating their tools, and then when they come back. So
with the volume and endpoint as they have on there, it's just crazy because you can build graph statistics on it and say this is like how it changed. Like you said, when the guys that did Emotet, they took a vacation around August, it appears.
Yeah, or retooling, right? Oh, yeah. I think we're starting to finally get caught by all the new preventive security products. Let's retool for 90 days and come back next quarter and destroy once again. You can see that type of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and technically if you want to divide it up, we're on the blue team business, us here, and they're on the red team business, and that's it's almost feels a little more lucrative to be on the red team, and and it's a lot easier because you only got to be right. You're spraying stuff out there, you got to be right and find that one little hole and get in. Versus when you're blue team and you got to be right all the time, 100%, which is hard as an MSP myself. It's keeping my clients protected. It's why we use the Huntress product, and but it's just that whole behind the scenes of it's not magic, it's indexing of files, it's raw. Someone had to look at this, and it was just kind of fun. And then me and him have been BSing, and actually I got to get on my flight back to the good old Detroit. I'm here in Baltimore where they are right now, and but business owner to business owner is fun talking too. So we had those conversations. They have a cool culture here. Everyone puts that our culture is cool, but after hanging out with these guys for 2 days, I enjoyed it. I felt at home. They have a culture similar to ours, and I don't know. That's something you can really put a feather in your head on that one. I'd be proud of it.
Like you said, it's one of the things that as tech nerds you don't come to appreciate that. But when you start running your own business, right? It's this is something that's actually proud of. Do the employees like being there, or do they hate being there?
That's huge. Yeah, you don't want to, and it's some of my goals I had as a business owner isn't just people always talk about the money and the profit. No, I want to make a company that people don't hate and don't say, man, I hate work. I don't want to come into work. This is going to suck. And those are more important than you think. You have to make money because if not, none of that matters.
Yep.
But
the lights go out.
The lights go out, and then no one has any candy to eat. And he's got a bunch of candy in there. That's what made me happy because I've been in there getting suckers and everything else too.
So you're going to go home with cavities and a little bit of malware knowledge, right?
A whole lot of malware knowledge. So that's, but it just, that whole behind the scenes has been a lot of fun there. And it's one of those things, I hate people that talk like everything is hard or magic, and it is hard, but it's not magic. I can't reiterate that enough. That's why we talked about in the Tradecraft Tuesday, we broke down the attacks. They're not magic, they're not just picking on you, but how do you think like an attacker? And because, I still participate in the hacking community and things like that, and so do you. I mean, you have a lot of friends in Intel and ThreatOps. You've got quite a Rolodex of names that know you where you can bounce ideas off of because of information sharing.
The most fulfilling sometimes, right, is not even like what we're sharing, but sometimes what, the people we're adding live in our chat saying, hey, oh gosh, I'd heard about this, I'd seen this, I'd never thought about how that could be applied. So I think those are probably the fulfilling moments for me that actually get me like motivated is, oh, hey, I'm here to share my stuff. But when somebody walks away with like, oh man, I totally have this, I'm going to be able to make an adjustment the way that I'm securing my own endpoints, that's kind of what does it for me.
And someone asked me, like, say, hey Tom, because you talk so much about your business on this YouTube channel, doesn't that give away the secrets and couldn't someone just compete with you? I'm like, no, I get some great ideas when I start opening up with MSPs. And I seen this a push and, with some of the big MSP companies, tooling companies of getting people together and going, no, we're putting you in a room not just to sell you a product, go talk to each other. And some MSPs are like, no, I can't talk anything. Everything's a secret. Like, cool, keep your personal client information. That's great. Keep that personal. But when it comes to how things operate, the intelligence community works by sharing the knowledge. This is how we see these attacks. How do you see it? And people at other companies that make other tooling software, and that shared knowledge doesn't mean my tool finds it. I figured out a way to do it, and I'm going to make myself better by not sharing. In the long run, that's not a long-term play.
Well, if you think about it, earlier we looked at like the emotet and just how how prevalent emotet was this month or this quarter even. And the first thing we did was pivot to Twitter where people were sharing command and control links of like these are common emotet download servers in command and control. Without that, we literally wouldn't be able to build some of our own analytics. So it's kind of just a testament to like sharing of information. And at the end of the day, like it's all about execution and your own unique flair in the business side of the house. So why not be open?
Yeah, this is not the part that you can really say this is my uniqueness, is knowing that I know the command and control server so my clients are protected from it. No, share that knowledge back out there. Put it back out there how you discovered it, because someone else that shares it too may have discovered another one that you didn't have in your list. And co-opting these lists, there's plenty of other spots you could be unique. So I just share knowledge. This is, like I said, basis for my channel, basis for a lot of things I do, and the heart of the hacker community. And this is actually, wow, 2 months ago, your Tradecraft Tuesday on ransomware as a service.
Oh, that was probably by far my favorite, just because it was...
Watch that episode. I'm going to link to both of those below. But one of those things, once you realize ransomware as a service, like they have reseller links, referral programs, and once you understand, if you spend any time at a Black Hat event, at a DEF CON event, you're going to realize hackers are all like show and tell. Well, guess what I hacked? Look at what happens when you poke this box this way. That community, unfortunately, there are bad people in that community that are then using this intelligence to attack companies, but their sharing of knowledge is the reason that we're seeing these attacks at scale. Because some of this MSP community is like, we got to keep everything a secret and that little bit of knowledge. And the other thing, you got to remember, the ethos is the opposite on the other side of that wall. If one of them figures out how to do it, they don't even keep that to themselves. Even though they're trying to profit from it at scale with ransomware, they're sharing it amongst their community and building a reseller program around it.
Yeah, marketing, affiliate links, you name it. I think today we kind of got to share, like there's always that dynamic, right? Attackers, as you mentioned earlier, only have to be right once, but kind of today we got to show the inverse of defenders being able to, like, live on our Tradecraft Tuesday, we started using some of the like open source tools and then Shodan to be able to find like potentially vulnerable networks. And in the process, accidentally stumbled onto like some SCADA ICS equipment, things like that. That's just a great example of like the defense team coming together and saying like, ooh, we probably better notify these folks, right? That this is, publicly available if you can. So I think for me, it's a good way that defense is starting to level the playing field a little bit instead of trying to play whack-a-mole as the defender. Well, if we take down some of these attackers or even complement each other in the process, we kind of make the community better as a whole.
Yeah, and sharing the tools on there's always some comment that'll pop up on there. It's like, hey, you're sharing Shodan, aren't you teaching more people to attack? No, they know, don't worry. They're in the news every day. Every day. I don't think we're creating them. I'm hoping someone grabs it that's on the blue team and go, oh wow, I didn't know it was that easy. We were talking like Shodan being $59 a month to scan a few thousand IPs. Throw your client's IPs in there. It's like the cheapest tool you could do this with compared to any other tooling you buy for your for things, and suddenly have visibility and go, hey, look, I got notified. A port got opened up that wasn't before. Why is RDP open? Someone's getting ready to plant something. It can give you a lot of intelligence. Once again, learned all this from sharing knowledge, and someone shared Shodan with me that wherever, God, it's been a long time since I learned about it, but Yeah, and we could go on and on about that because you had a Google Dork and just to show how to find, this was in the Tradecraft Tuesday, how to find other things like open Sonic walls. It was.
Oh yeah, Sonic wall authentication pages. You know what? We talked about culture a little bit earlier, and one of the things that really excited me as a founder, somebody said the easiest way to measure your startup success was going to be how easy is it for any employee to buy a $50 book. And maybe, you know, your own test within your own company is how easy is it to buy a $59 license to Shodan, right, at the end of the day. At that price point and what you can do with it to secure your own network. And it's not like we're getting affiliate marketing from the Shodan team. Like, this is something you can make a big difference from. I'm going to have to put my money where my mouth is and see the team, just how easy is it for them to purchase their own. Like,
yeah. I think this, anytime my team wants something, whether it is even the physical areas we do infrastructure, if there's a tool physically they can buy to make their life easier. I've done a couple of videos on like some of the tools we have for testing wiring and stuff like that. I just buy it for them. Like, if this makes your job easier, cool. It should be low pain of access. Does it make you more efficient? And the same thing with my security guys. If there's a tool, if they think Shodan or whatever, and I'm frequently, because that's my side of the house, I'm the one driving. I'm buying the tools and dumping them on their table all the time. Guys, check this out.
Do you ever get the opposite of like, oh, Tom, no more tools, or they're just always excited to get new stuff?
Sometimes they're excited, sometimes they're like, what do you want me to learn now? And then at least I'll try to build some knowledge around it to show them how easy it is. So.
I feel like sometimes I'm the good idea fairy for threat ops, where I'm like, oh guys, here's this new algorithm or new way to find it. And they're like, oh gosh, we're up to our armpits already. Yeah, calm down, good idea. Yeah, good idea, fairy.
Well, I think as CEOs of companies, you do that. You are the idea person who runs an area. As I do create a little chaos occasionally, especially I'm going to come back Wednesday, and they're preparing for it right now. So I've been gone for 2 days. Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to show up Wednesday. Guys, I got ideas, and they're going to be like, we just want to have breakfast. Yeah. So I get there before everyone else, and I'm like, I got all these ideas. Let's start. Are you going to do them, Tom, or we have to do them all? You guys have to do them, right?
I'm totally 100% guilty.
Because my ADD is going to kick in. I'm going to forget about them by Thursday. Yeah. I'm hoping you're going to remind me of them. And then they're going to be a long email.
Yes.
Fun times. Well, he's got to take me to the airport, or we just kind of babble on forever about this stuff. But any closing thoughts?
One, super stoked to even have me here. Super stoked to have you in Baltimore as well. But yeah, I think my leaving thoughts or parting thoughts would be, share, and share, right? Put your content out there. We're doing it now. Obviously, we're having a good time doing it. I think that's probably the easiest way as we as defense make a big difference against offense.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll leave it with that, and thanks. And thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content from the channel, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon if you like YouTube to notify you when new videos come out. If you'd like to hire us, head over to lawrencesystems.com, fill out our contact page, and let us know what we can help you with and what projects you'd like us to work together on. If you want to carry on the discussion, head over to forums.lawrencesystems.com, where we can carry on the discussion about this video, other videos, or other tech topics in general. Even suggestions for new videos, they're accepted right there on our forums, which are free. Also, if you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, head over to our affiliate page. We have a lot of great tech offers for you. And once again, thanks for watching, and see you next time.